From the fields of our commodity producers to the school cafeterias and all the rural development needs, including broadband development, your job with the USDA is across a vast area of policy, but it also includes direct access to citizens across the country. Diversified family farms crisscross all over my home state of Alabama, and we must ensure they continue for decades to come. Most of these small businesses have been in the family for generations, and we cannot allow any government policies to drive them out of business. Farmers already have it tough enough competing against Mother Nature and the world market prices. Although you don't have a lot of background in production agriculture, how will you implement policy and develop strategies that keep our rural communities and family farms thriving for the future?
Thank you, Senator. That's a great question. And I think one of the greatest challenges that we face in our family farms is, how do we find adequate markets for products? And I think that's always that question. How do we identify those markets? And it will certainly be important to look at all of our options, including how we can more fully engage in products internationally, in international exports, how we can be competitive either in new market opportunities or more competitive in our current trade agreements. I think we also want to look at how we can consider opportunities in local and regional markets. I think they provide great opportunities that will help continue to provide economic opportunities for our farmers and ranchers, and any more today, the ability to address important climate change goals and conservation practices. Those provide considerable market benefits for all of our producers and for them to be able to engage in renewable energy, bio-based markets, ecosystems markets. They're significant opportunities around our conservation and climate change goals that I think can further support our farmers and ranchers, all of our farmers and ranchers. And if I have the opportunity to be confirmed, we'll work with USDA programs and Secretary Vilsack to ensure that we can engage our farmers and ranchers in as many market opportunities as possible and to utilize our programs and resources to support our farmers.
Thank you. Given your background serving as state director with the Farm Service Agency, Alabama has suffered in the past with unstaffed and deficient offices and county offices around the state. In your testimony, you talked about the hands-on approach with visiting county offices and state directors. I hope your experience in seeing these offices and their needs can assist you as you will now have nationwide exposure to FSA offices. How will you maintain FSA offices, and specifically, will you commit to using all hiring authorities to keep Alabama FSA offices fully staffed and trained, because we have terrible storms and have had terrible storms, and we need to be fully staffed?
Thank you, sir, for that question. And I recognize again the reason that I visited those offices, because I wanted to learn about how the staff and the work in those offices impacts the clientele that they serve. And certainly our staff in FSA offices need to be recognized for the hard work and dedication that they have provided even during the pandemic in providing critical services to our farmers and ranchers. And they're in a very important place. I understand the staffing needs. And if I have the opportunity to be confirmed, I look forward to learning more, as I do not have specific details about current staffing levels. I did remember Secretary Vilsack in a recent hearing talking about flexibilities in allowing staff options to telework or work face-to-face in the office. And we will think about creative opportunities to try to address those staffing needs while we continue to work to keep the current workers in the office safe. And I look forward to, if confirmed, fully staffing needs in the FSA office.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Madam Chair.